Now, just quickly, let me point to a few other things that I think are important. The whole world, in fact, is right now what we get to hear, especially in the last few decades and last few months and last few weeks, more particularly when it comes to sustainability, is the commitment of various nations, various cities to making India net zero by 2070, the recently held COP26. Now, my friend here, Anil, in fact, we were speaking about a few years ago, and he said, there was a mantra, the 3D mantra, as they called it during the manufacturing era: define, design, deliver. But now the new 3D mantra, what he was espousing and what he was telling me is, digitize, decarbonize, and decentralize. I think that is the way the world is headed today. In fact, yesterday when we were speaking about this event, he told me possibly we need to tweak it a bit more, and we need to say, after the pandemic especially, look at how the automobile industry particularly has changed over the last few years. The advent of EVs, the whole idea of decarbonizing, the whole idea of reducing vehicular pollution, reducing industrial pollution, and how to make our planet more and more sustainable, more and more efficient for our children, for the future generations. Well, we all know our Honorable Chief Minister, Shri KCR Garu, takes environment extremely seriously and extremely, it has got immense importance to him. In fact, Telangana, as was pointed out in the video that was shown before, has done extremely well in the last 7.5 years from solar, from green energy, which I think is a laudable effort considering the size of Telangana geographically. Because there are far bigger states in India in terms of geography, in terms of size. But beating all of them, coming to the second rank, or usurping the second position in producing and his leadership. And the flagship program of our honor, that's what it translates into. And through this program, in the last 7.5 years, we have been able to plant, you would not believe this, Alberto, but you can definitely check it. We've been able to plant more than 2 billion saplings in Telangana, and more than 85% of these have survived, taking our green cover to a massive increase of 632 square kilometers in the last 2 years alone. And today, in fact, I'm happy to also share with you another reason why Hyderabad grew by 147%. So therefore, you said you've been to Delhi. You said you've been to Delhi before. We've crossed Delhi, we've beaten Mumbai, we've beaten Bangalore, we've beaten Chennai. I think we are that city that truly can claim to be a city that focuses on greening, to be a city that focuses on sustainability. Therefore, a most logical, natural choice to host Formula E as well. And I also wanted to point out a couple more things. Our EV policy, our electric vehicle and storage policy, moving away from fossil fuels to EVs, is something that we take very, very seriously. And it's one of the most progressive, most forward-looking policies launched in the country, and a great step, a great forward step towards creating a clean, green, sustainable environment for ourselves, and like I pointed, wants to be the epicenter of this revolution, of this activity, and we want to be at the forefront. I hope we'll actually do much better than what you've done in Berlin. But today we signed an agreement to be the candidate host city, but I'm very hopeful and very confident that we will be hosting the race. And we also want to ensure that around this race, whenever the dates are announced, we want to ensure that around this race, when we join the leagues of Rome, Paris, London, Hong Kong, New York, Berlin, Monaco, among all the other 18 cities, we also want to ensure that the city's image, the social infra, the city's image also, in fact, is given a huge fillip. We'll want to promote more awareness around EVs. We also will encourage more innovation happening in this space. So therefore, whenever the event happens in the next few months, or at the end of this year, or possibly the first quarter of next year, will play an important role in making sure India also gets really on the fast track to EV revolution. Hyderabad is one of the fastest growing cities in India, and is also rated by JLL as the most dynamic city in the world. It continues to remain among one of the most livable cities in India. In fact, immersing in Hyderabad is the right fit, in my humble opinion, to become, for Hyderabad to position itself as an EV hub in India, and it is a feather in our cap. I believe that Formula E is more than a race. It's not just about 24 cars racing each other. It is a perfect union of future technologies, sustainability, and most importantly, spirit of innovation. It is a significant medium to spread awareness about electric mobility in our country. It shall spur the spirit of racing towards an electric future, shall capture the imagination of our youngsters, new industrialized future, new decarbonized future, a better future, and we are excited to be a part of this wonderful initiative. Once again, I thank Alberto, Dilbag, Kiran, and the entire team, and I thank the entire media fraternity and everybody in attendance here also for encouraging and supporting us. Thank you. Jai Telangana.
I'd like to thank the Formula E team for making the event happen. I'd also like to thank team from Mahindra Racing for facilitating the Formula E coming to Telangana, and also Mr. Kiran Gawada for the efforts he has put in towards this. Thanks are also due to Greenco leadership for their unstinted support. We also thank Mr. Akhil and Mega leadership for supporting us, and members of press deserve our gratitude along with our guests and people of Telangana. Last but most importantly, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for his guidance and leadership in making this summit a success. Thank you, sir.
దీని గురించి ఈవెంట్
అన్ని లీగల్ డాక్యుమెంట్స్ పూర్తి చేయగానే ఈ పర్టికులర్ ఈ ఇయర్ సీజన్లో అంటే బిఫోర్ ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద ఇయర్ మనము మన సిటీలో ఫార్ములా ఈవెంట్ని చూడబోతున్నాము. అంటే ఫార్ములా ఈవెంట్ అంటే ఫార్ములా 1 లాగానే కానీ ఎలక్ట్రిక్ వెహికల్స్తో రేసింగ్ జరుగుతుంది. సో దాంట్లో అంటే 12 టీమ్స్ పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తాయి. అందులో మహీంద్రా అనేది మన ఇండియన్ టీం కూడా ఉంది. అయితే దీంతో ఏమైపోతుందంటే మనం హైదరాబాద్ అనేది ఒక గ్లోబల్ మ్యాప్లో కనబడుతుంది. అలాంగ్ విత్ రోమ్, బర్లిన్, లండన్, న్యూయార్క్ లాంటి సిటీస్తో సహా హైదరాబాద్ కూడా ఉంటుంది.